Hey Tactical family, welcome back to the channel. This is Mike. Today we're going to bring to you a review on a pistol that gets a lot of trash talked about it. That is the High Point 45 ACP. Stick around, we'll be right back. Holy crap. Okay, so before the intro, we talked to you and we said we're going to bring a pistol to you that gets a lot of trash talked about it, and that is the High Point firearms. Before we get going, first let me say thanks to everyone who has watched all our videos, commented on our videos, good, bad, or indifferent. Everyone who subscribed, I can't thank you enough. You put us over 3,000 subscribers, so the channel's just continuing to climb, and you're awesome for doing that. Also, I want to give a shout out to SJG Designs here in Austin, Texas. We're going to put a link in the description below. So I went over there today, checked out the shop. He put together some fire hats for us. So there's that one, and then he did another one that's silver, and then one I'm wearing is a black and red. It was awesome. So these are laser cut, laser engraved, and then they're patches that are put on these hats. Give him a look. He does some really cool things. He does a lot of different types of printing, shirts, hats, stickers, etc. So check out SJG Designs here in Austin, Texas. Here we go. The Boat Anchor High Point 45 ACP. Now, I have to say, it's not really fair to call it a boat anchor. This pistol is 2.75 pounds. Compared to my Rock Island Armory 45 ACP, this is like 2.54 pounds. Drastically different in the way they look, but as far as weight, I got to be honest with you, they're not incredibly different. So this is a Gen 2 45 ACP. Overall, just over 7 inches in length, 4.25 inch barrel. I believe it's a 4.25 inch barrel. But I'm going to tell you some of the cool things that we saw about this pistol. And the first thing you'll notice is its appearance. So the first High Point 45 ACPs were pretty basic. They didn't have a whole lot going on them. The upper polymer was pretty basic. But I went in and I looked and I was like, you know, I'm going to get one to see how it shoots. Rounds through the High Point. There you go. And there's some more shooting of it. You saw a little bit after the intro. There's some more shooting of it. So what first, I went in to look at it, and the store didn't have, they had the basic model in there that didn't look like this one. And I was like, you know what, let's grab it. He comes out with this one, and he said, this is all we have. I said, let's do it. So let's start from the back and work our way front. The first thing you'll notice on the slide, we're just gonna cover the slide, is the serrations on it. There's high-end firearms that don't even have serrations on their slide. Like, let's look at my Rock Island again. Now, I wouldn't say this is high-end, but it's definitely more expensive than this. There's no serrations on the front. There's some in the back, and they're very little and you have to rack it a certain way. The high point, I've got serrations on the front and the back. Coming from the back, moving forward, let's look at the grip. This grip has texturing all the way around. Not just all the way around, from the bottom of the grip all the way up to the top. We'll kind of bring this up to you so you can see it. Now the back is just straight lines and the front is straight lines, but the grip itself is textured all the way around. And to be honest with you, it's actually a pretty aggressive texture. I'm really surprised. So that was another thing I noticed. The magazine release is just your basic magazine release. I kind of have to break my palm, my grip to get it to release, but it ejects pretty good. It's a 9-round magazine. Let's continue up now. Let's look at the sights. So the sights, the front sight is a fixed sight, it appears. It's possible you could pop it, I don't know. The rear sight is actually adjustable for windage and elevation. And both of them are color filled. The rear is orange, 2 dots, and the front is yellow. My Rock Island isn't even colored. They're all blacked out sights. What? Still moving. Things you don't see even in more expensive pistols. The trigger is not stellar. I would say that trigger 5-6 pounds, if not more. It's got a little bit of take up, brakes, and it's got a lot of travel back. And you don't even really feel, let's do that again. Okay, so you gotta have the magazine in to fire it. Let's rack it back. I can't even really feel a reset on it. It's very, very interesting. And you gotta come all the way back, and to bring the slide forward, you gotta drop the magazine, bring it forward, put the magazine back in, and then it will fire. It's awkward and clumsy, not really great. But the trigger is pretty terrible. Moving forward, it has a 1913 rail on it, which is pretty crazy for a pistol at this price point for being a 45 ACP. The barrel is a threaded barrel. So if you want to put a suppressor on this, go for it. The grip is actually comfortable. It's a very large grip though. You can see that it actually, not just the magazine, but the grip actually kind of extends past my hand. But it's actually pretty comfortable. The only bad thing is back here, in, I guess you would call this the beaver tail, it kind of bites on your hand right there. You can actually see on my skin where it kind of is biting on it. I paid $218 for this, and I got it just as a, hey, let's get a high point on the channel because we don't have one. But I'm actually pleasantly surprised. We put probably 100 rounds through it, and it didn't fail once. It never failed to feed, never failed to fire, never failed to eject. It shot every single round we put on it. It's not as refined as, you know, like this 1911, but it works. It works. If you want a cheap inexpensive 45 ACP just to say you have one, go ahead and get one of these. It's not going to break the bank. And it's just a great conversation piece. Everyone who saw it was like, what is that pistol? The machining on the barrel inside is obviously not great. It's very rough looking. But for $219, if you want to buy the other model, the one if you can find it that doesn't have all of this on it, it's like $189. So there you have it. There is the High Point model JHP 45 ACP. If you want to just have fun, go grab one of these. I'm not mad that I have it. It's actually kind of fun, and I actually can't wait to shoot it again. Thanks for stopping by. Remember to stay safe, stay free. Like, comment, subscribe, support the Second Amendment. We'll see you in the next video.